Glad you're with us this morning. And please join me in welcoming my very good friend, the author extraordinaire, Grammy Browne. Good morning, sir. Welcome
Good
to the program.
morning. Good morning, Dr. Sock. What's up, Doc?
We're hanging in there. We're hanging in there. Saharan dust is making me a little nutty.
Yeah.
But, I lost my coffee. There it is.
Yeah.
Much better. Feeling, but, it is what it is. I'm not complaining. Big book launch.
Yes, I got
happening.
a big book launch coming up this weekend, Saturday, August 16th at 11 a.m. at the St. Martin Library. For
Brilliant.
those of you who don't know exactly where it is, since the hurricane, everything has been displaced. It's upstairs off Adolphus Richardson in Phillipsburg on the Pondville.
Perfect. Easy to find.
Yeah, pretty.
And so, in that time on Saturday, I bet you they'll be parking around, be nice and easy to.
There's going to be some parking, and you can park where the old library used to be, which is just around the corner next to the Sundal School.
Oh, cool! I didn't know.
There's a big parking lot there. I think it can hold like 100 and something cars
Perfect.
easily. So,
Perfect. So, of course.
and it's Saturday, so half the people who work in town are not going to be there,
Well, there you go. So
except if they're coming to see me.
There you go. And so, tell me about the book that I know. There's a special one that's happening, and there's a whole bunch of books, but this one is a little bit of a children's adventure.
Yes, so this is my first children book. It's a father and son, because we know we have to start making the emphasis for fathers and son connections. And so this book is about that father and son disconnecting from all the technologies, going outdoors, and basically and literally taking a hike.
That works. Listen, there's nothing more refreshing, I have to be honest, to just like turn all the technology off and do nothing.
See, when we were growing up, we didn't have all of that.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. I mean, I remember we used to come home from school, get out of our school clothes, do our homework, and go outside and play.
Yeah, we wanted to be outside. If you were stuck inside, it was punishment.
You were stuck inside. Either you were being punished, or it was raining, or it was like super cold and snowy up in Connecticut. That was for me that was it. Otherwise, you're outside.
I used to do most of my homework before I got home, so that when I got home, I had chores to do.
Right.
And then if my mom sent me to the shop, I could sneak 2 minutes or 3 minutes to play a little something with my friends, and then take off and go back home.
Well, the title kind of, Mountain Trails kind of, it just hit home with me. So I grew up in a very small little town called Seymour, Connecticut. And I was fortunate that we had a fair amount of land around the house. A lot of it was wooded. So we had trails, and we had forts, and we had little caves, and there was a brook, and, we had all kinds of things that we would do when the weather was good out in the woods.
That's good.
And then you're out in the bush, as we would say here. And then in the winter, when it was snowy, we would make snow trails through the bush, through the woods.
Yeah.
And so I this really hit home with me, and I did it with all of my friends in the neighborhood. It's what we did. You didn't stay inside.
Right, yeah. Growing up, where we live, it was next to a road called the Sandy Road. It's still called that, actually, except now it's paved. They should have changed the name to paved road, but
funny.
it was called the Sandy. And what my mom used to do every season when school started, which was after Christmas and the new school year, she would walk me to school just to remind me. She knew how long it took from school home.
Yes.
So when it comes to trails and tracks, I walked them, ran them, jogged them. I did everything.
It's very, it was a great way to grow up.
To grow up, right? I didn't take the school bus, and nowadays some kids got to take the school bus. And so they go from their home into a bus or a car, and they get taken to school. Then they come back home, and then they're indoors, and they got the air conditioning. Oh, it's hot outside. But now we need to reconnect again with nature, because nature is so much. I mean, you get your vitamin D, you get to breathe the fresh air, except in the Sahara. That's out there, but
True.
and you get to see the animals in the wild in their natural habitat. And in this book, Calvin's dad tells him, about the iguanas and the birds and the monkeys, and show him how he is monkeying around just like the monkey that he sees in the wild. So it's a great.
Listen, we forget that regardless of where you live in the world, sometimes you just have to look out the window and recognize that outside is a better place to be and get
Of
yourself
course.
out.
Yeah, we are
Get
designed to live outdoors.
yeah,
you know,
without a doubt.
so we need to embrace it. We need to do it. And St. Martin, once when you hike that hill, when you look at some of the beautiful views and the scenes that you see
Yeah.
from
So,
on top, from below, even while you're hiking, it is just gorgeous.
so
Gorgeous.
all of the pictures in the book were taken here.
We're taken here on St. Martin on the hike trail in the hill, which is on the other side of the causeway,
Hmm.
on the Colby side. You go up that hill.
So
And
were these places that you hiked as a kid?
no, I didn't grow up as a kid
Uh,
in St. Martin. I came to St. Martin when I was 17 years old,
uh,
but I hike there now. I've been
yeah.
hiking there for the last 5 years or so, four
I
or
love
5 years.
I love the pictures. I love the pictures, and one of the things that I think we often take for granted is when you live here, right? You often forget about how beautiful it
But
really is.
yes, and I hike twice a week.
Nice.
So, and ev- I, even though I go up there and I look down and I see the same view, I still go up and I'm like, wow, that's beautiful, because it is so beautiful.
For me, even when I remember as a kid coming here to visit, and I would land, or even as a young adult, or when I was out in the working world, we would land here, and you would just immediately feel like the pressures of the outside world go away.
Yeah,
And still, now that I live here and I call St. Martin home for the last almost 20 years, um, you feel this. I still feel the same way. That I feel when I land, the pressure just all lifts.
yeah.
Even though that I live and work here and there's lots to do, I can't think of any place I'd rather be.
I mean, I'm in the U.S. now for 24 years, and I come back. I still spend at least 4 months out of the year here in St. Martin,
Yeah,
and every time I come, I mean, this is home.
yeah, for
You
sure,
know, this is
hands
home.
down.
And you come off the plane and you're like, yes, I'm back.
I love it. I mean, I remember getting off the plane, and it was before you needed this is the early 80s, right? Before you needed a passport to travel here. You could travel, if you weren't a U.S. citizen, you could travel with a birth certificate as long as it had a raised seal. So they would check your paperwork before you boarded the
You
plane
board the plane, yeah.
in the U.S. And then when you landed, you just got off the plane and walked into the terminal. And it wasn't this airport; it was the airport before
Yeah,
this.
the first
No,
one.
no, no, not the yellow one that was before this. The
Oh,
one before
the
that.
one before that. Okay.
And I remember they opened, it was like a big garage door on the side of the building. They opened the big door on the side of the building. They dumped your bags in on a little ramp. You took your luggage and you walked to the side. You got in a bus and you got in a car and you went wherever you were going.
Yeah. Okay.
And I remember coming out of the airport. I was probably 13 or 14. We went through Mullet Bay when it was in its heyday.
Okay.
Got to Kupakoi to the other side, and the road turned to dirt.
Mm-hmm.
And it was dirt all the way up to like Bay Rouge when
Okay.
you started to come back down, turn right to come back down the hill.
Oh wow.
And one of my earliest memories, and I wouldn't trade it for anything in the
Oh
world.
no.
Get outside.
I came here in '86. Pelican was really developing.
Mm,
So that's when I came.
a very different time.
A very different time. And
Very,
I
very-
loved it. I was blown away. I was supposed to spend 2 weeks and then go back to Stacia. I came over from Stacia where I grew up. And I was here for almost 2 years before I left. I fell in love with St. Martin, and St. Martin was going to be my home.
That's it. It is home for so many people.
I was 17 years old.
And there you go.
Yeah.
So this Saturday at the Phillipsburg Library, the Phillipsburg Jubilee Library in town, book launch starting at what time?
Starting at 11 a.m.
Early.
Yeah, it's early, so be on time because the library close at 1 p.m.
Okay.
So we're going from 11 a.m. to 12:30, and then we got to clean up. The girls got to pack up and do
Right.
their thing.
Okay.
So we're going to be there hour and a half. Come there, bring the family, bring the kids, fathers and sons, mothers and daughters. But the book is about a father and son, and fathers just bring the kids, bring the whole family, share the experience with them, and yeah,
Nature trail,
nature, yeah.
mountain
A
trails.
father and son nature adventure.
Grammy Browne. Always good stuff. Wish you nothing but the best of success on Saturday,
Thank you so much.
and keep us posted. Let us know how it goes. I'm actually on Saturday all day long. On the 16th, I am over at the Red Cross.
Okay.
I'm doing a first aid certification class all day long. It's something I've always been on my short
Oh,
list of things to do,
okay.
and I've always said I should do this, and finally I'm checking something off the list. So
Okay.
wish you nothing but best of success on Saturday with the book launch for Mountain Trails, 11 a.m. to
11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. at the same mountain library upstairs, Adolphus Richardson on the Palmfeld in Phillipsburg.
always a
I'll
pleasure.
be there waiting for you.
So we'll send everybody down to see you. Grammy, nice to see you, sir.
Thank you so much for having me, Doc.
We talk soon. It is let's see what time. 9:36 right here in the Northeast Caribbean. Mike McCabe is coming in, Red Piano fame. He's there all month long. We'll chat with him in just a little bit.